Greetings, mathematicians, and welcome to video number 2 on simplification. In the last video, we learned what simplifying meant, and we did some simplification, but we always added. Today, we're going to continue, but this time, we're going to subtract as well and deal with some negatives. So let's get started. Again, we are going to simplify. To simplify means we're going to combine like terms. We're not going to try to solve, because we don't solve things unless there's an equal sign, right? Right. But we do simplify when it says simplify. And to simplify, we're going to combine our like terms. Let's start off today by looking at something like 7x plus 3 minus 2x. Again, to simplify, we're going to try and look for like terms. Those are variables that are like each other, raised to the same power. In this case, I see a 7x and a minus 2x. Now, some people say, is that a negative 2x or is that a minus 2x? And my response is, it doesn't make any difference because you'll get the same answer either way. What do I mean? Well, let's just look at these for a second. Ignoring the 3, we'll come back and do the original problem, but ignoring the 3 in this problem, what if I just had 7x minus 2x? And one person says, oh, I think that's 7x plus a negative 2x. And the other person says, no, it's just 7x minus 2x. And they get into a big fight. Hopefully they don't fight. But who's right? And Mr. Fokin says, both of them are right. Everybody wins. If you took 7x and subtracted 2x, hopefully you'd see that you'd get 5x. Because if you had 7 x's and somebody took away 2 of them, you'd only have 5 left. On the other hand, what if you had 7x plus a negative 2x? Well, when we combine these, we're still going to get a 5x. So whether we think about it this way or we think about it this way, we're still going to get the same answer. Groovy. Let's go back to the original problem. 7x plus 3 minus 2x. Again, look for the same variable raised to the same power. 7x's minus 2x's, as we saw before, is 5x's. But wait, there's still a positive 3. So we're going to write that because it stays there. It doesn't disappear. And my answer, once it's simplified, is 5x plus 3. To simplify, we look for variables that are the same and that are raised to the same power. And we combine them. We combine our like terms. That's it. We're done. That's the answer. Problem over. Magic. Math magic. Some people look at this and go, but there's got to be more because math is hard. And I say, nah, math's not hard. Sometimes it takes a little practice, but everyone can do math, including even those people who think they can't. But yes, you can. It just takes practice. Okay? Well, that's the first problem from your worksheet. But Mr. Fokin, there's got to be more. It's got to be harder. Well, let's take the hardest question from your worksheet. I see number 17. It's staring at me. It scares me. It's got a lot of terms. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Let's try it. Number 17 from your worksheet says negative x minus a negative y plus a negative x minus y plus 5. Oh no, so many things. My arm hurts just from writing the problem. It's okay, don't panic. You can do math. To simplify, we try to find like terms. Like terms are terms that have the same variable raised to the same power. Here I see a negative x. Here I see another negative x. I can combine these because I know they're like terms. They're the same variable raised to the same power. So, if there's a negative x and there's a negative x, how many negative x's do you see? I see negative 2 x's. Negative x plus negative x is negative 2x. Moving on, I see some other terms that look like they're like terms. Here's one, and here's one. They're both y's. They're both raised to the same power. Therefore, they're like terms. But in front of this y, I see two negative signs. What does it mean when we subtract a negative or when we minus a minus y? What that really means is that this is a plus y. When you subtract a negative, you're adding. Let me say that again. When you subtract a negative, you add. Okay, well, let's go back and look at our problem. Here's a y, and here's a minus y. If you had a y, and somebody took it away, how many y's do you have? None. Those y's cancel. So I combine my x's, I combine my y's, they just happen to cancel, but there's still another term. What do we do with this? Yep, it's still there, so we still write it. Okay? There. That's how we simplify. We combined our like terms and made a simpler expression. Okay? And we're done. That's it. Wasn't too bad. Now the instructions on your worksheet tell you that you're going to do two things. You're going to simplify, and then it just asks you to plug in some numbers, okay? It says evaluate, and let's talk about the word evaluate. What does the word evaluate mean? Evaluate means you're going to plug numbers in and actually perform the arithmetic that it asks. Okay? So, on number 17, since we have it up here, it says, what happens if x is negative 3 and y is negative 6? Well, in this case, it doesn't matter what y is because there isn't one in our simplified term. But it did say, what if x is negative 3? So then we're going to have to plug that in, and we say, well, I had a negative 2, and it's being multiplied by a negative 3, and then we're adding 5. We're plugging negative 3 in for our x. Where the x was, now we have a negative 3, so that we can evaluate or do the arithmetic, do the math, and see what we get. This notation indicates multiplication. It says I'm going to multiply negative 2 times negative 3. And when I do that, I get positive 6. Still plus 5 to get an answer of 11. Okay? That's how we do problem 17. Continue on with your worksheet, and we'll see you in the next video.